Here we have all the biological terms in the topic of human reproduction. So these are the biological terms you need to be familiar with for you to be able to pass this topic of human reproduction. Hello guys, welcome back to my lessons. Please don't forget to subscribe. So after this we're going to answer biological terms questions. So let's look at the first biological term here. We have the seminal vesicle, which produces a fluid that gives the sperm the energy. We have corpus gland, which produces mucus that helps with the movement of the sperm. We have the scrotum that protects the testes. We have prostate gland, which produces a fluid, an alkaline fluid that neutralizes the acids in the vagina that could kill the sperm cells. We have the sperm duct that transports the sperm from the epididymis to the urethra. We have the urethra, which transports the sperm from outside the body. We have the epididymis, where sperms are stored and they mature. We have testes, which produces sperm cells, and it also produces what we call testosterone. We also have penis, which penetrates the vagina during the sexual intercourse. We have testosterone, which is a hormone that is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characteristics in males. We also have spermatogenesis, which is a process whereby sperms are formed. We have haploid, which is a single set of chromosomes. We also have diploid, which is a cell containing of two complete set of chromosomes. We have acrosome, which contains the enzyme to digest the wall of the egg cell for fertilization. We also have fallopian tube, where fertilization takes place. We have an ovary, where an ova is produced. We have the vagina, which receives the penis and the sperm. We have the uterus, where gestation period takes place. We have endometrium, whereby the embryo or the blastocyst attaches itself during the process of implantation. We have the cervix, which is the lower part of the vagina, which stretches during childbirth for the baby to allow the baby to go out. We have oogenesis, which is a process whereby an ova is produced in the ovaries. We have mitosis, we have puberty. We have these two hormones, FSH, LH, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. It explains itself. We have luteinizing hormone, which stimulates ovulation. We have estrogen, which makes the uterus to be thick, ventilated, and vascularized. We have progesterone, which maintains pregnancy and it keeps the uterus more thicker. We have ovulation, which takes place whereby an egg is released into the fallopian tube. We have fertilization, which takes place in the fallopian tube. After fertilization, we have a zygote. As a zygote undergo mitosis to form morula. We have blastula as well. We have embryo. An embryo attaches itself during implantation. We have the chorion, which forms the placenta, umbilical cord, umbilical vein, umbilical artery, and amnion fluid, as well as amnion. So let's look at these questions, the biological terms. It says that give the correct biological term for each of the following descriptions. Write only the term next to the question number. So the first question, the release of an ovum from the ovary. When an ovum leaves the ovary to the fallopian tube, that is called ovulation. We have the period of development of fetus in the uterus, that is gestation period. We have the tubules in the testes where spermatogenesis occurs. Those are seminiferous tubules. We have a hormone that stimulates ovulation in humans, that is LH, or luteinizing hormone. We have the blood vessel that transport deoxygenated blood from the fetus towards the placenta, that is umbilical artery. We have the finger-like projections that develop from the outer extraembryonic membrane, that is the chorion. We also have a structure in a female reproductive system where semen is deposited during copulation. We said that the vagina receives the penis as well as the sperm cells. We have a structure in the female reproductive system where fertilization takes place, that is fallopian tube, the blood vessel that transport oxygenated blood from the placenta to the fetus, that is umbilical vein. We have a gland that produces a nutrient-rich fluid that provides the energy for the sperm, that is seminal vesicle. We have a gland that produces a nutrient-rich fluid, a gland that produces an alkaline fluid that neutralizes the acids in the vagina that could kill the sperms. The answer is prostate gland, a gland that produces the mucus that helps with the movement of the sperm cells. Now the answer is corpus gland, a skin sac that protects the testes. That is scrotum. What produces a hormone, testosterone? Testosterone is produced in the testes. It produces sperm cells, that is also the testes. Sperm cells are stored and mature in it, that is epididymis. It transports the sperm and the urine out of the penis, that is the urethra. It transports the sperm from epididymis to the urethra, that is sperm duct. A hormone that stimulates maturation of sperm cells, that is testosterone, a process where gametes are formed in males. This is not gametogenesis because they're being specific to say in males, and the answer is spermatogenesis, a process whereby an ovum is produced or an egg. This process is oogenesis. Because they said an ovum, you cannot say gametogenesis. They said an ovum, not a sperm, or they didn't say gametes. So the answer is oogenesis. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.